Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all had a good Easter Sunday, because that is the day it is. The cats decided to come in. Anyone that watches regular may notice that the scenery has changed yet again. Yes, we've had a little bit of a move around in the dining room, man cave stroke beer reviewing room. Whether it will stay like this, I think the room will stay the change, but whether I do every review in this room, I don't know. There could be changes around the house coming, so make the most of this if this is what you like, or just maybe look forward to the odd one coming from here and maybe some from a different room. So we are back with another beer review, and we are looking at one now that I picked up from St Martin's Servants. Can't get my words out. It's been a long day. I've had a few beers, it's got to be said. We are looking at one that I picked up from St Martin's service station, local to me. It's a Texaco garage, but they have a nice little section inside of craft beer. Prices are very good, so if you are local, go and drop in, pay them a visit. That's what I'm trying to say. Talking shit now, too much beer. But yeah, the beer we are looking at is from Cloudwater, who are out of Manchester, and we are taking a look at their Aglow. It's a West Coast IPA coming in at 5.8%, 440ml can. I will try and read some of the stuff on the back, but this coming at £4.30. So 5.8% West Coast IPA from a big name in the craft beer world, if you like. £4.30 from a local service station. I think that if the beer is good, it's a reasonable price. I will try and read some of this stuff on the back. Right, Aglow West Coast IPA, a bold West Coaster. This is the little sibling of our crystallography series, with all the hop burst and clean finish, but in a lighter, crisper body. Okay, hopefully, I mean, straight away, lighter, crisper body, little sibling. That is a little bit worrying. Hopefully it's still going to be good. This edition is hopped with Columbus and Strata for full-on dankness, with deep grapefruit and tropical flavours and pine resin on the finish. Well, if it lives up to them flavours that it's saying, it's going to be good. Just got it out of the fridge. Fridge is set at somewhere like about 5 degrees. There's another look at the label, which is a little bit, if I'm honest, feels a little bit shit. But hey ho, don't have a Cloudwater glass, so it is going in the white hag glass. I got Sammy sitting there. Shall I give you some of that? I know you don't want to see her, but look, there she is. There she is, on the table as usual. Behaving herself now. She's settled now I'm here. So let's get this cracked open and see what we get. We're 3 minutes in. Apologies for that. I will try and do my best to make this pretty quick. Oh, straight away. A little bit of a spit out, but the aroma off this straight away for me. West Coast all over. Pine, I'm going to say, is the big thing that I got straight away just from that. It says little sibling. Hopefully it's not going to feel like a little sibling. I want this still to be a decent West Coast, good body, good flavours, just maybe less in alcohol. So there is a little bit left in the can. Beer in a glass, very light. It looks lighter on camera than it is here, but it is a very light sort of looking sort of West Coast. No real haziness. There is a slight haziness, but it's not really there, to be honest. And we have about a finger of compact white head. Gentle carbonation going up. You can see a few bubbles there. So before we get the rest in, I'm going to give her a swirly, get the nostrils in and see what we get. Yeah, hoppy. As it said, a lighter, little sibling, lighter version of the other one, crystallography, I think. The West Coast notes are there on the nose. Would be nice if they was a little bit bolder maybe, but they are there. Pine, hoppy, grapefruit, exactly what I'd expect. So I'm just gonna leave it there. We're gonna get the rest out of the can. Get that into the glass. and we're going to have a good go at Cloudwater's Aglow West Coast IPA 5.8%. St Martin service station. Cheers. Okay, yeah. I will come to something afterwards, but reminds me of a beer I've currently got in my perfect draft, but with a little bit more oomph. So, 5.8%. Body is light. It's definitely a lot lighter than I would have been hoping for, even from Cloudwater saying, oh, it's a little sibling. But to be honest, a West Coast isn't one of them that has a massively heavy body, not from the ones I've had. They have a bit of weight to them, but they tend to have that sessionable side. For me, this just lacks that little body. It's maybe lacked a bit of body to maybe be more drinkable. Carbonation is there. It's not particularly rough in the mouth or anything. But it is there, and you do feel it, I think, because the body is lighter. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest to drink, but on the other side, neither is it rough. It's just average, if you like. It's got that little bit of roughness about it, but nor is it tearing your palate apart. On the taste, and this is what I'm going to say I referred to earlier on, or what I was referring to. I've got Camden IPA, pardon me, in the perfect draft. I've had a couple of them. Now this for me at the moment feels a little bit like that, but better. The body, I'm going to say the body is maybe slightly lighter than that, but it certainly has a fuller sort of flavour. There's more West Coast taste in this. So what it kind of lacks in body, it makes up for in flavour. But on the taste, let's give you some notes. Hoppy, grapefruit, tropical, exactly like the Camden IPA. Definitely a little bit of pine in there. I say a little bit, there's quite a big hit of pine, and there's a big hit of resinous on the back end. But what this does over the Camden IPA on the perfect draft, the flavours are much bigger and bolder. The first thing I got when I first tasted this beer was me thinking, that feels just like Camden IPA all over. And I was kind of sort of disappointed. But the more I drink this beer, what it lacks in body, it makes up for in taste. There's definitely a lot more sort of West Coast in there. It's a lot more ballsy, if you like, than the Camden. Both the same percentage as it happens as well. Obviously a big difference in price. So yeah, you know, it says dankness. I suppose it depends what you call dankness in a beer. You know, for me, it's hoppy, it's piney, it's tropical, it's grapefruit, it's bitter. It's got a nice, I mean, the tropical grapefruit notes are big. The bitterness is big, and that bitterness does linger. I'm not going to say it's face cringingly bitter, but that bitterness does get stronger on the back end. There is a big resinous in there. That was the biggest thing I got on the taste to start off with, was a massive pininess, a massive resinous that it leaves you with. It leaves your palate coated with a bit of an oily, slick sort of mouthfeel. 5.8%, do you get that? Not in the body. Like I said, I think the body is quite light for this. You certainly don't get that in the body. I wouldn't say you necessarily get that in the flavours, although the flavours are quite big and bold in it. I think you get it in that resinous, and you get it in that bitter finish or the lingering bitterness. But what do I think of it? Now, this is interesting, the fact that I've got Camden IPA on the Perfect Draft at the moment. Beats the Camden IPA straight away. That's what I'm going to say. It beats the Camden IPA straight away. In flavour, it's much bolder in West Coast style. What do I think of the body of it? Body-wise, I don't think it's as heavy. I've got a cat meowing outside. As soon as the missus goes out, it drives me up the fucking wall. Excuse me, I'm going to pause it before I lose my rag. Sorry about that, peeps. Where was I? Now this cat's trying to come in. Right, okay. Quick recap. Cloudwater, this Aglow West Coast IPA. Bigger, bolder on flavours. Camden IPA. I'm not trying to do a comparison, but I happen to be comparing it. I don't know why the brightness has gone up so much. I don't know if I can do anything. That's it, right? Don't start clawing, please. Okay, right. Bigger, bolder on flavours from the Cloudwater one. Body-wise, the Camden IPA, and I am only comparing it because I've got that in the machine at the moment. Body-wise, I think the Camden actually beats this on the body. And then you come down to the price. £4.30 for a can, 440ml. So you're looking at 10 cans, which would be 4.4 litres, which is going to come in at 43 quid. Camden IPA, if you buy it at 40 quid, and you're going to get your keg deposit, this, that and the other, for 6 litres, it's still going to work out better value. But which one would I rather have? In all honesty, I would rather have that. Camden, yes, ideal for one of them that you just want to chuck down your neck if you like. But this beer does have a lot more than the Camden IPA. You're probably wondering, what are you doing? What are you doing that for, Baz? I don't know. I'm just doing it. But is it worth £4.30? Yeah, it's worth it in the flavour stakes. But I do think it lacks a little bit in body to really make it stand out. On the flavour side of things, fantastic. You can't knock it. Really decent sort of West Coast. It lacks a bit of a malty backbone for me, if I'm going to be honest as well. So when I've had other West Coasts, it's not the best West Coast I've had. Yes, it's got the pine, it's got the grapefruit, it's got the bitterness. 13 minutes in, I do apologise. But I think Lakes Brew Co, their West Coast, was better to a certain extent. But I'm going to leave it there, end it there, because I'm talking too much shit. There we go, Cloudwater, Aglow West Coast IPA. Not the best one I've had, a very decent one, better than Camden IPA, but there are better ones out there for the price, value for money. Like I said, Lakes Brew Co, $3.75 for their one. Pardon me, 5.6%. Let's end it there, because I'm just talking shit. Thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.